I want you to put yourself in my position for a second. I want you to take a seat, look yourself in the mirror, imagine that you have a below average manhood, and you're scrolling through your phone on the Xbox Cloud app wondering what I should play, and then a game comes to mind. X-Slayer. So, I'm not going to say the whole title, it's garbage, but it's like Slayer X McJaggerson. And I turn this game on just out of curiosity, and I start seeing this cutscene you're watching unfold right in front of your eyes. Just chaos of claymation madness. And I'm like, what the hell is this game? And I'm watching it, and these people are like having conversations. They're talking like, whoa, Zen. But like, and he's like, the X-Slayer. It's like one of those commercials from the 2000s that were trying to tell you not to stop smoking. It's like, you think you're extreme? Well, smoking's not extreme. That is exactly what this game is. Like, opens out of the gate, it's telling you it's that, and the cheddar cheese head dude, bro, and like this girl, like none of these characters make any sense. You don't see these characters again. I'm like 4 levels in. I beat the first boss, and I have not seen half of these characters again. And I'm so confused at what's going on. It's got a story, but it's mainly just like right here at the beginning of the movie. It's like, oh, that's where my mom works, and oh no, but. I hope she got out alive. And then Justin. Alright, wait, right here's where he's telling about the mom works, right? And he's like, or not, I must fight. Justin, Psychos blew up Zane's mom, and where she was driving her car home. No, I must get revenge. Like, such a stupid concept. And the whole game, you're just going around killing psychos, dude. Like, that's what these guys are called. But the thing that really jumps out and really works about this game right away is the combat feels really good. Not just, like, fluid, but, like, look at these animations that they took the time to make for this pistol, and how he flips them sideways, and how you can flip off your enemies. And not to mention that it's not just stylistic in the fact that it like looks good with the animation, but it also has like the cool claymation style world going into the world, which is something I have not seen yet. And I just played Forgive Me Father, which had a very comic book-esque style, to go to this with a claymation style. And I remembered when I started playing this game that I think I watched Civi make a video on this, and I didn't watch the whole thing. I just kind of like saw that Civi posted, and I'm like, I don't always like what you post, but I watched part of it, and I started playing this game, and I'm like, holy shit, memories started unlocking, nipples started hardening, and I was like, am I a man that can milk? And I am a man that can milk, because I'm cutting poop right now in a video game, and it's just such a goofy game. I mean, it really has a lot of Postal-esque humor. If you haven't played the Postal humor, it's like the humor you had when you were 12, and that you try to tell yourself you grew out of, but you didn't, because when you fart, you still want to giggle like a little schoolgirl running through a field of flowers. And, like, this game's weapons selection is actually really interesting. So you got right here is your S-Blade. Why it's called an S-Blade? Because it's shaped like an S, you goddamn Nimrod. And then you got your dual-wield pistols, which are literally called your double pistols or some shit. And the gun I'm holding right now, this thing is the Glass Shard Ballista. And look at that beautiful, reflection there. Every level ends with you getting portaled up to, like, a spaceship, but you don't actually go to a spaceship. Another very confusing thing about this game. This game is like confusion at its best. But anyways, one of the most confusing aspect of this game is the fact that, like, one of your enemies, like, you're fighting psychos, which makes sense. There's these psychos taking over, and you need hack blood for whatever hack blood does, because I still haven't figured it out yet. And you run around with your glass ballista, which isn't really a ballista, but it's more of a shotgun that fires glass, which is kind of convenient, because when you need ammo, all you have to do is break a window with the breakable environments, which I thought was a really, really cool way to, like, make breakable glass in a video game useful, other than it just looking cool. I mean, I remember when games started putting breakable glass in, like, not like vividly remember because I was a child, but I just remember thinking like, oh cool, the window breaks, and some games the windows didn't break, and I was like, this game is kind of interesting. But then you'd forget about it because it's not really like a necessary mechanic most of the time. It's just something that the developers wanted to flex on how big their development manhood is. They were like, let me just dick stamp this game with my coolness, and you're like, alright, and then this game actually had a useful function for it. It's like, yeah, you can use it as ammunition, and you're like, alright, cool, I think that's pretty neat. And I don't even know what I was talking about there. See, I get off the rails, bro. I'm watching this gameplay and just thinking about how fucking sick I am. And, this is where I picked up the slime launcher, dude. The slime launcher is the grenade launcher. This one kind of works like a grenade launcher, but also kind of like a projectile ballista. You know, like, I don't know, like the older railgun type thing where it doesn't, I don't know, it felt kind of like a grenade launcher, but it feels more powerful, if that makes sense. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. I thought it was a pretty well-functioned gun. And the fact that it fires slime, which is another just 2000's fucking cringe-ass thing, and it's just so goofy. It's just so wild. Another thing is like that I do have to put a gripe against this game for, even though this is one of my favorite indie shooters I've ever played. I'd have to say one of my biggest gripes with this game is the fact that all your weapons feel underpowered on the higher difficulties. Like, even normal, you feel like you need to spend way too much ammunition on each enemy, and the fact that after that, ammunition starts to be kind of become hard to find. Even like the glass ballista, you're having trouble finding windows that are breakable. And the fact that your S-Blade also kind of works as one of your more powerful weapons, and you can't really switch it on and off. So if your Hack Blade's all charged all the way up for its Super Slice, you don't want to use it to break windows, because then you're wasting a Super Slice. And it really... That's one of my biggest problems. Like, this is one that when I put it on the lower difficulty, I think easy is what I'm on, it really felt like it had better balancing, because it really does not feel well balanced on the higher difficulties. Like, hard and normal really felt like I was just draining bullets into people, and I was always out of ammunition. I was running around swinging the sword like an idiot, and I was really not vibing with that. But don't worry, it's all good in the neighborhood. I'm not a negative Nelly, and I'm not going to sit here and just poo-poo on a game where you literally poo-poo on poo-poo. But I do love the level design. Like, right here, you're seeing me just, like, blow through some cardboard boxes, and there's a lot of areas where you shoot through, like, plywood. And I thought, I didn't even know about this area. I felt like I was a little lost, and I went down this little staircase, found some boxes, ended up finding the mutilator, which is the minigun, and I just kind of like really vibed with the areas that I was in, you know. I really liked exploring everything before I went to where I thought the next area was going to progress. I thought that was really cool of the game. I think it rewards you for exploration. It wants you to check out their levels, and each level feels like an insanely cool area. Like, you might think that this area with that cut that was made was like, oh, it's in a different, this is a new level. No, this is the same level as you've been seeing. Well, the very beginning of the video was level 1, but I didn't want to spend much time on level 1. But this is like level 3, and you start in a grocery store, you progress down into the basement, which the basement looks like this weird dungeon with psychos, only to, like, run around in this weird underground cult area, and it's super well designed. I honestly really love the layout of everything. One thing that I do have to say, though, is like some of the jumps are insanely annoying to make. And here you're witnessing one of the issues of cloud gaming is where you'll get a little freeze up, a little Frieza with all my Dragon Balls dripping. But again, these breakable environments are just fucking nuts. They really make me want to like keep playing this game. And the fact that it's on Game Pass is something that if you are going out and actively trying to play this, or if you have Game Pass Ultimate and you don't have the shit on your phone and you don't have a backbone, or not a backbone, you don't even have to have a backbone. Just fucking connect your controller to it. That way you can play it anytime. That is the perk of Game Pass. Now all these people are going to be like, well, no, it's like, shut the fuck up, dude. I don't care about your console war bullshit. The fact that you can play games like this, ease of access. I mean, I was playing Starfield on my fucking phone the other day. You know how insane that is? There's computers that can't even handle Starfield. And now this game kind of slodges things down a bit. From time to time, it's probably one of the worst performing games on the cloud, and it's not bad. I mean, I had a couple freeze ups here and there, and it's usually when like something big was going on in the game, whether it was like a lot of enemies or I had recently killed a lot of enemies, so there's a lot of moving items. But right here is where like I got insanely obsessed, and I just started thinking about how great some of this enemy design is. And like this boss fight, the fact that you're fighting it looks like It the Clown, but a toilet with swinging axes, while it shoots poop up in the air that also attacks you. Come on, that's cool. You gotta tell me that's fucking cool. The first boss of the game, and it's this. I mean, insanely hard to hit, though. Really, really hard to hit it with weaponry. I give up here pretty soon and just start blasting as many sludge grenades as I possibly can at it to get through it. Because again, one problem with this game is everything is spongy. It's like they're trying to make it as miserable to shoot people as possible sometimes, but it's also fun to shoot people. So it's like this weird balancing act of a trapeze artist who uses their erect penis to bounce across wires between buildings. That's kind of how this game is. You don't die because of its downfalls, but you do feel really, really cool when you do it. You feel like a champion, and you've achieved the unachievable by bouncing across that rope with your penis. It really does amplify the fact that whoever made this game really loved what they were doing. They took inspiration from Doom and Duke Nukem, but also like were like, dude, I want it to feel like Doom Duke Nukem meets Postal, except for through the eyes of the movie Triple X starring Vin Diesel. And I vibe with that. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my video. I got much more to play in this game, and I got better things to do. I gotta fucking move across country, and starting that journey is going to be an experience. And I will, if you guys want, let me know in the comments. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But catch you later. I love ya. I'm out.